I am exactly 2 weeks away from my bike packing tour, my first one ever. 3 days, 216 miles. I'm taking it seriously. I don't want to get out there and bonk. So today I'm going to do an 80-mile solo ride. It's Good Friday when I'm recording this video. And so I'm going to ride today, and I'm also going to ride tomorrow to just prepare for riding back-to-back longer rides. So the bike packing tour, I think we do maybe around 60 miles the first day, 85 the second day, and then finishing it up, I don't know, 60, 65, something like that for the third day. So today is one of those weather days. I always talk about the weather in my videos because I'm such an outside person. I like talking about the weather. But it's one of those days that you wish every single day could be like this. It's currently 73 degrees, 33% humidity. Now for North Central Florida, that's pretty low humidity. We don't have it as bad as like South Florida or the coast, but 33 is pretty low. Everybody lives in an area where you have a certain time of the year that's just perfect for riding. If you live in the mountains, it's probably summer. Here, spring is the best time. It's the lowest humidity, ample sunshine, like today, not a cloud in the sky. I'm really fortunate. So I have the day off for Good Friday. So fortunate we had this weather, because it could be raining, but it's not. It's beautiful and sunny. So, solo ride, like I said, 80 miles. I would say about 60 to 70% is going to be gravel. So I'm riding my 9er RLT9. I don't have any bags on it. I'm still like thinking, what's it going to be like to do 85 miles with a bike completely loaded down for touring? Never done that before. Uncharted territory after all of these years of cycling. So I'll just kind of report back of how I'm doing on this ride. I'm not going to push too hard. When I do my bike packing tour, man, it's going to be zone 2 or zone 1 for most of the ride. This route has quite a bit of shade on the gravel roads. Even though I love when it's sunny out, I don't want to be out in the sun for 5 hours. I'm going to be doing a west route from my house. It's roads I don't do very often. For those of you who have done the tour of the quilt country in Trenton, I'm going to be doing a lot of the roads from that ride. Getting a little bit of a late start today. Started about 2:30, so with stops I'm going to be pushing it to get back before dark. Sunset 7:45, and I can ride till about 8 without any lights, which I didn't bring lights today. Gives me motivation to push to keep a decent average speed. That is the quintessential house on a remote dirt road with some really beautiful ferns around that beautiful tree. What a cool piece of property there. Love it. I've been seeing this column of smoke in the distance for like the last 8 miles, and we are going right by it. I think it's the new smoke signal feature on the Garmin. Sends out some smoke signals so you don't have to follow the arrows on your computer. It's really handy. A little bit of an upgrade, but worth it. So we are 20 miles in, which means we are 1/4 of the way done with the ride. Right at about 1 hour and 14 minutes. So I'm planning for 5 hours. It might be a little bit less. Feeling good so far. We're on this road. It's very unique. It's called Tyler Grade Road, and it is in the middle of nowhere. There are very few houses, just a couple, for like 7 or 8 miles. Then it dumps you out in a town called Trenton, where there's a rail trail, and there's a lot of miles of rail trail. Goes over the Swanee River. It's really pretty. One of my favorite rides. It's usually an out and back that I do, but it's nice. This road's a bit exposed in some areas. and it's gotten worse in the last year or two because they harvested some trees. There is some shade, but it's one of the more exposed gravel roads that I'll do on this ride. Here's a section that used to be covered by trees on the left and right side, and they harvest the trees, and you can see they're planting new pines. But one thing that I don't understand is why they don't just leave a line of trees next to the road. It helps us gravel riders, but it also helps the road. I've noticed when they do that, that the road gets worse. Like, it gets pitted easier, gets sandy easier, more washboarded. It just would make everybody's life better, and it would be prettier. Coming into some shade now. Had several miles of exposed road, exposed to the sun, that is. Oh, this is nice. Coming back into some civilization. We have been on continuous dirt road for almost 10 miles. And I've seen one car that whole 10 miles. Should be picking up some paved road right up here, coming into Trenton. And then we're going to take a little bit of paved road and right back onto a bunch of really sweet gravel. Man, this road has been very pitted. I don't know why. Maybe the rain lately, but man. And I think I'm passing a chicken farm. Dude, there is nothing worse from a smell perspective than a chicken farm. Eeh. Right up here is the old train station in Trenton, where the rail trail starts. Time for a nut butter bar. Chocolate peanut butter, my new favorite for bars. Not as sweet as regular Cliff bars. An hour and 37 minutes in, and I'm not that hungry yet, but I know I need to eat. I had a big old smoothie before I left with some peanut butter in it, and it sticks with you. The booming metropolis of Trenton. There's the old train station. These are some remote gravel roads. Like I said, it's been a while since I've ridden these, and I forgot how remote these are. Really just farms, big fields, and pitted roads. Man, this is the worst pitted conditions I've ridden in a long time. Every road for the past hour has just been really pitted. This is a cool road. It's very narrow, lots of shade. I just had a big old Ford truck coming the other way. I had to completely move off the road. He wasn't giving me any space. But yeah, super cool road. This is one of those rides where you have to have a Garmin, unless you just really know these roads. There's a lot of turns on this ride. Well, since we're halfway, I'll go ahead and do a little break. Haven't stopped pedaling the whole ride. Peanut butter honey. This is one of those gravel rides where you're so far out that you wonder, what do these people do for a living other than farming? They must have a really long commute somewhere. You ever wonder that? I do. Just at 50 miles. Another nut butter bar. Another chocolate chip or chocolate peanut butter. Man, this is good. It is so quiet out here. Can hear a little bit of traffic way off in the distance. Other than that, I mean, I talked about what do people do out here, but I honestly haven't seen a lot of houses. There's few and far between. I mean, at this intersection, there's just nothing out here. Now we're on the part of this ride where we have to do a 7-mile continuous pavement section, which I really don't like a whole lot. I don't like riding with cars, but I got my Varia, I got my mirror, and I got a nice grass shoulder next to me just in case. There's really not a ton of traffic on this road, and it's a fairly scenic road. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not gravel. A little bit of a bike lane. I wouldn't even call this a bike lane. This is just a little bit of a wide shoulder. But 7 miles, get it over with, and back on gravel. This road is also one that's really remote. I'm about 5 miles in, and I've not seen one house or building so far. We are 63 miles in, which gives us 17 to go. 6:42 right now. Sunset is at 7:47 tonight. So I think I'm gonna be back right at sunset, which is good because I don't have a light. And this is the part of the ride where the loins are getting a little tender. What's the one thing you should never forget for a long gravel ride? Chamois cream. I got to make sure that's on my checklist for my bike packing trip. Oh, this is a very flat route. I forgot how flat it was, and you just end up staying in the saddle so much. I've just been getting out of the saddle for a little bit from here from time to time, and man, it's flat. Heading due east at the spring equinox, which means I got the sun right behind me. This road is also pretty pitted. Man, my triceps are getting sore. Back at home, and it's the next day. I didn't finish my closing scene. It was getting a little dark. I got back right at 8 o'clock. So it was 5 hours and 3 minutes, just over 80 miles. Every gravel ride has its challenges. This one was the bumpy roads. I bet it was like 30 miles of pitted roads. I've never seen it like that before. So something about the weather conditions, the rain, whatever. So, you know, suspension forks are getting a bit more popular for gravel bikes, and honestly I would have used one for that ride yesterday because my arms, shoulders, back were really sore after that ride. So anyway, the plan for today is to do another ride. I want to get used to doing back-to-back rides. I was going to do maybe like a 60-mile gravel ride today, but the weather is still beautiful and the mountain bike trails are in great shape. So it's going to be about a 3 to 4 hour mountain bike ride for today. Again, just to give my body that acclimatization, so to speak, of riding back to back like this. So that'll wrap it up for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.